Today we're talking to Ellen Heinrichs from the Bonn Institute for Constructive Journalism. Ellen, it's always good to have you with us. It's good to see you. I'm going to jump right in with my first question. Now, when I went to journalism school 2 decades ago, I learned if it bleeds, it leads. That was the bottom line of news. Has that changed in the context of constructive journalism?
Well, it's actually what a lot of journalists still think, that bad news are good news for the industry, but the opposite is the case. We are living in an era of rising news avoidance and declining trust in journalism. So we should really ask ourselves whether the content and the news that we are producing and that we have been producing in a certain way for many years is still what audiences in our times of conflicts and of multiple challenges are really needing. And we think people do really need a more constructive approach to journalism and to the news, for instance, with more solutions, as well, of course, as problems, but trying to see the world with both eyes and seeing what's wrong and what's working would be a much better approach in order to tackle challenges such as news avoidance.
Okay, and tell me a little bit more about constructive journalism without going into a big history lesson. Where did it start? What are the roots of constructive journalism?
Constructive journalism may be seen as an answer of the news media to rising news avoidance and declining trust in established media outlets worldwide. It's also an approach that focuses more on solutions and does also try to engage more diverse perspectives into the news media. And on top of that, we are really trying to contribute a more constructive approach to very necessary discussions that we need to have in our societies when it comes to important topics such as climate change or other relevant developments that need to be discussed in our societies.
Okay, and next I would like you to imagine the following. Let's say someone watches this video and in a minute they're sent out to cover a breaking news item. What one piece of advice can you give them to incorporate into their work today to work in a more constructive manner?
Well, to be honest, breaking news situations are not the best situations to really try to be more constructive. But maybe, the next day after the dust settles of the breaking news event, you can just start constructiveness by asking what's next. So who's trying to fix the problem? Who's already working on solution? Who is not trying to, spread hate, but maybe a more constructive dialogue in our societies? So that's the crucial sentence, the crucial question you need to ask, what's next? And then you already start to be more constructive.